This is showing the construction of a mandibular Tanner Appliance with the lab-made protocols. This is Dr. Matt Lark. I'll be working with my assistant Debbie, who will be doing the fabrication of the appliance, and we will show you in edited steps so that you can see how we make these in our office. Here you see a set of mounted models on a Panadent articulator. The pin is set at 0, and these are mounted in maximum intercuspal position, since we don't really know where the central relation is on a case before it's been treated, since many of these patients are treated for temporomandibular disorders, and they won't necessarily be in a seated condylar position in centric relation. So first you see here the mounted models. The articulator is set at 20 degrees protrusive inclination or condylar inclination, and here we see, if you can, Debbie, if you can bring over the mold form. This is a mold form which we use to make the Tanner splint. This is just you see it has a little bit of depth to it. We're able to take this and lubricate this with some Vaseline, which then will make the initial form of the appliance. And we use jet acrylic. If you show me the acrylic, jet acrylic. This is just a jet 59 shade acrylic. Makes a nice shade. And the first thing Debbie will do is she'll take her tin foil and she will cover the block out the lower teeth with tin foil and adapt that to the teeth. This is just to create blackout. So we will be creating the space for the that you will then reline in the final splint. If you notice, the models are nicely groomed. There's no bubbles, no marred problems, good impressions. The incisal pin is then set approximately 4 millimeters open, depending on the way the teeth intercuspate. The idea is to get about 2 millimeters of opening in the posterior when we make the shell for the appliance. Next, Debbie will lubricate the teeth with Vaseline. And then she will directly apply the acrylic in a salt and pepper fashion to the mold. This mold is just made of polyvinyl from a Siltec mold. It's made by taking 3 or 4 thicknesses of pink wax and just stacking them up and then cutting out this shape and then taking an impression of this shape, this U shape. So as you can see, she just salt and peppers this in, making sure the acrylic stays wet so that it doesn't incorporate any air bubbles. And she'll just start building this until it builds to setting up for a few moments while it reaches a rubbery stage. You want to have the loss of gloss. And then we'll take some warm water here. And we'll set that in the warm water just to help accelerate the set just a little bit. That's not hot water, it's just warm. I should peel that up, place it on the, and just start to create the mold over the arch. Using fingers just to mold it around nicely front and back, trying not to get creases, incorporate any air bubbles, trying to create kind of a U-shaped pattern so that it goes from buccal to a flatter top to again to a more vertical lingual position, creating again kind of a U-shaped design, both from an AP point of view as well as along the arch. Excess acrylic here is not a big issue because we're going to trim all that back anyway. Okay. So now I'm going to take a plastic barrier, this is just a thin plastic sheet. She's going to enclose the articulator down onto that sheet and press that to place just to get the basic indentations of where the teeth will come in. They'll interdigitate. Should trim off some of the excess acrylic, which just saves a little time in trimming later. There's a little scalpel there and it just trims that back. There we'll go to the pressure pot. Once this is somewhat adapted, we'll go to the pressure pot. We'll set the articulator in the pressure pot. Go ahead and put your pin down. Now we don't put heat on this, there's no need to. It's then placed in this pressure pot. We'll set it to approximately 5 minutes under 4 atmospheres of pressure, about 22 pounds. Now the appliance has, the shell of the appliance is set firm. You notice that this is hard acrylic. Now we'll go ahead and remove the protective sheet. Now you'll see that there are some indentations that are on the top from the teeth above, and then Debbie will take a horseshoe articulated paper and just find out where her primary stops are. Go ahead and take a look at that. And these are just the first stops. Basically what we've done here is now the pin has been released, the articulator is allowed to function through all the components. We indicate where the occlusal contacts are on the appliance, and when we get this so that it has relatively flat function regarding the guidance and has 4 contacts, the most posterior tooth and the most anterior tooth to the cuspid. You can see the marks on the upper arch there. From there, it is then just taken to the mouth. We'll flip it over, Deb, so you can see the underneath side. Notice that it needs to be relined